Yesterday I got to tell y'all about meeting Mr. Dotson and some of the advice he gave me, like try to look up instead of looking at my feet so that I can just let my feet do what my head is thinking about, and telling me to go for the kill.
We all remember that.
He told me so many things. He told me that I was to get a lighter shoe, a leather shoe. He told me don't dance on concrete. He told me if you're going to use cornmeal, you need to make sure it's self-rising. It's got to be self-rising cornmeal. He told me, don't ever think you're better than anybody else, because there's always somebody better around the corner. And he told me a story about these crazy kids coming out in the summertime in the 70s and camping out and trying to learn steps from him. And, you know, their names were Amy and Eileen. And, whoa, they were wild, and they had some great parties. But most of all, he kept telling me about one of them named Rodney, Sutton. And he just kept mentioning Rodney over and over, and just what a dear friend he was. And so the next day, I was really excited when Mr. Anderegg took me to see the Greengrass Cloggers have a rehearsal. And I got to meet Rodney, and once again, my initial impression, you know, was just, wow, these people are so full of this youthful energy and excitement. And, you know, Rodney was like, he just seemed like this man on fire. You know, I was kind of scared to meet him. But he was so nice to take the time to sit down and talk with me about Mr. Dotson, and really kind of put it into perspective for me about what a special treat it was to get to meet a true living legend. And he kind of made the comparison that Robert Dotson is to flatfoot dance, like Earl Scruggs was to the banjo. You know, everybody was playing banjo like this, and then Earl Scruggs comes along with the fire. So that really kind of put it in perspective. And he asked me about my dance experience. And when I told him that I had been dancing in 15 years before I went and took Ira Bernstein's class at Augusta Heritage Center, he said, "Did you learn the walking step?" And I said, yeah, I learned the walking step. And he said, and what did it do? How did it change your dancing? And I immediately said, well, it changed everything. It changed everything. Up until then, I was, and suddenly my dancing went to, it completely changed everything, and that was all because of the inspiration of Robert Dotson. So, just thinking again about that renegade spirit as we start class today. If you could all gather in a circle, I just wanted to run over the motions again that we've been working on all week. And you mentioned the hard time getting the pitter patter. I've been working all week on getting that too. That's a step that I've never been able to get until this week, and seeing how Mr. Anderegg breaks it down to this simple level right here. And number one is the tap. Do a little tap with your left, tap with your right, tap with your left, tap with your right. We have the dig. side. And then we have the drag, which is back slide. So a slide is only a slide until it goes backwards. When it goes backwards, it's a drag. Then we had the roll. You can roll your foot to the left, you can roll it to the right. I think you said
He doesn't do that one.
Yeah.
He told us about it.
Old people don't do it.
Very cool.
Told us about it.